Banner versus Linar, we're going first. Alright, this seems like an okay hand. We can do Circlus, we can do Mana Forger. See what happens. We're just gonna go forward, play the Mana Forger, and our turn. We got a blue Conjurer, so our curve is nice, but we don't have any spells to, except for the Shimzar, to complement these minions. Wings of Mechazor. So am I playing against a mech deck? Hope I'm not playing against a mech deck. I'm playing against a mech deck, so we can just do aspect of on the mech maybe. So let's see. We have to save this. Let's replace the Circus for now. We got a Polarity. Let's just do a Prismatic back here. Move ourselves forward and then attack for 2 and 1 return. We got Frigid Corona. Wish I had that before, but then I wouldn't be able to play it, but we'll see what happens. ARCANYSTS versus MECHS. And you already played Mech is at 40% complete. Cannon of Mechazor. Alright, so we have 4 mana, maybe 5. We can do a Frigid Corona on the cannon. Let's just move ourselves down, grab the Mana Spring, so the opponent doesn't get it. We'll just do, maybe we can do an Albi Sage, do it here, and then we'll just stun the, cannon for now. And we get a Chromatic Hold, which is nice. We can just Chromatic Hold the Mechazor if he summons it, or just Shimzar it, because it doesn't have Shroud anymore. So I believe it doesn't have Shroud anymore. So we'll just end our turn, because we have lower health. I'm not going to attack, and we got another Chromatic Hold, so we're good to control a mech if we wanted to. Martyrdom. At least we got some health from that. And that's a 3/3 wings. Alright, so we can just do a blue Conjurer. So our Mana Fortress is gone. We can attack this thing for 2. And then we can just, we don't even need to dispel because we can just do our Bloodborne spell, but we can't do the blue Conjurer if we do that. So here's what it is, we have to get rid of the wings, so we'll just do a Bloodborne spell. Get another illusion at the very least, and then we'll end our turn. Then we got another Albi Sage. So we'll just do like an Albi Sage Warbird, since we have all the spells in the world, or we just have to control the board. Sunbloom, well that's a 2/3 vanilla, that's a 2/1 vanilla. I mean they're still both Arcanists, so they still get benefits from the Albi Sage. Trinity Oath. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just have to do the Albi Sage into whatever. We'll just do like an Albi Sage here. So that's our second one. Move this forward, move this forward. We'll just do our Bloodborne spell. Buff these up to 2/3s. Then we can just move ourselves up. Attack the opponent for 2, and then 4 on our turn. We got our third and final Chromatic Hold. And there's the second Martyrdom for the second Albi Sage. I mean, it is what it is. I might just have to replace the Chromatic Hold, since I already have 2 others. Chassis of Mechazor. So the opponent's at 80%. We have to dispel this to do 3 damage, I think. Let's just go over here. Maybe we can dispel it, and then we'll just do a blue conjurer, let's say right here. And then we can just do a chromatic hold. That's at 2-3. We can go down here. We got Mobius, but I mean, all we had to do is just attack this and then attack this to kill it. So we still have a 2-1, and we still have a 2-3, and we have a blue conjurer. So we'll just protect the general for 2 more. We'll just end our turn because we can't really do anything else. And there's our final Albi Sage. I'm going to assume that the opponent will have another martyrdom for it. And there's the second Sunbloom. So there goes that blue conjurer. A building. Let's see, builds into a rescue RX, and that is a minion. When this minion is restore 5 health to your general. So we can just aspect to Shimzar that. Seems fine. So we'll just do an Albi Sage here into an aspect of Shimzar on this, because we can just save for the Mechazor, we can just dispel it with a chromatic hold. It's now a burr. Whenever this minion survives damage, transform it into a different battle pet. Alright, so what can we do? We don't want to transform that to a different battle pet, so we'll just do our Bloodborne spell. Move this forward. Attack the general for 2, and we'll end our turn. Alright, we got 2 polarities. We can't use one on the Albi Sage unless if he... Wow, that bird moved fast. I mean, we can use the polarity on the Albi Sage if we ever needed to. We can just do polarity, but we'll see what happens. Polarity on the Mobius will be funny too, but we'll see. Alter Rex. Whenever you summon a Mechazor, put a Mechazor in your action bar. So he has 2, so we have to save the 2 chromatic holds for that, I guess. Like, whenever he summons a Mechazor, put another Mechazor in his action bar, so he's just gonna keep summoning Mechazors, I guess. But, I mean, it is what it is. So there's a cannon, and then he gets a Mechazor, which is a 6/6, but we can just dispel it just to get rid of all the other things. And never mind, yeah, we can just do a chromatic hold on it, it still doesn't target. Like, we can go through the spell shield because the chromatic hold dispels the space, not the minion itself. So, what we're gonna do is just do a chromatic hold there. That's a 6/5. Is there a way to get rid of it? Let's we can polarity the illusion to do that. So, yeah, we're just gonna move this forward. Do a polarity on this to kill the Mechazor, so this will be a 9/2. This will trade with the mech. He does have another mech in his hand, but I'm pretty sure we have lethal this turn, so we'll just do our Bloodborne spell. This will be 11. We will chromatic hold the Alter Rex just in case, if my math doesn't add up, but I'm pretty sure it adds up. We'll just move this down here. And then we'll just do a polarity to do 15 damage to the general. Alright, that was an interesting match between... I haven't seen many Lionar mech decks, but that almost worked if we didn't have a handful of removal and a handful of control type spells. So yeah, that was a really good game. The opponent was able to counter my minions with like the martyrdoms and the sunblooms, and I was able to counter his minions. So in the end, it just mattered all on that third and final Albi Sage. So yeah, that was an interesting match.